All right, what's up, guys? Sanch here, and welcome back to another episode of Bodybuilding News Today. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 212, specifically at this year's 2020 Europa Pro. So, if you guys are interested in hearing about the lineup and my thoughts on who's going to be in the first call out, definitely stay tuned. Now, I was on the NPC Europa Pro's Instagram page and their website, and when I looked at the time slots for when each class was going to go on, I did not see anything for the 212, but I did see a scorecard for the 212. So I'm kind of confused. I'm not sure if they've already competed. I'll keep you guys in the loop as much as I can. But let's go ahead and go over the competitors for the Europa Pro in the 212 class. Now we have, let's go ahead and go one by one, and I'll let you guys know exactly who they are, where they've competed last, and my expectations for them at this year's Europa Pro in the 212 class. Now it looks like Oliver Adzitski has competed back and forth between the 212 and classic physique as of 2019, and some of his most recent placings at the 2019 Battle of Texas. He got 16th or did not place in men's classic physique. At the 2019 IFBB Muscle Contest Ireland Pro in the 212 class, he placed 10th, and at the 2019 Indy Pro, he placed 14th in the 212. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see him in the first call out. He does have a nice physique, but there are some serious heavy hitters, top 10 Olympian level competitors in this lineup. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for Oliver to crack into that first call out. Next, we have Steve Benthin. And Steve Benthin placed 16th or did not place at the 2019 Mr. Olympia, but he is a Olympia level competitor. His best placings that I saw and the best conditioning that I saw last year in 2019 for Steve Benthin was at the 2019 Vancouver Pro, where he competed alongside people like Hadi Chupin and other fellows like that. He actually placed third. Steven placed third in the 212 class. Obviously, Hadi Chupin placed in the Open at that show. But I really do like his physique. He has a very nice flowing physique. I think he has probably some of the nicest. I don't know if lines is the best word, but the flow to his physique, big sweeping quads with nice defined teardrops on those legs, and a nice wide shoulder, and nice wide shoulders to go complementary with those biceps and chest department on that front lat spread here. Very nice. It looks like he's having a lot of fun on the stage, and that's what we'd like to see. Now, him being a top 3 competitor at a big show like the Vancouver Pro, one of the biggest shows in Canada, I definitely expect him to do well in this show. I definitely would not see him outside of the top 5. Next, we have Angel Calderon, Frias, who actually placed 10th at last year's Mr. Olympia. Definitely one of my favorites coming into this show, as definitely one of the favorites to take this show. The first place, definitely. He definitely has what it takes to get that first call out. And looking at his most recent placings, NPC News Online says that he only did one show last year, which was the 2019 Mr. Olympia. Now, obviously, that is not correct, because you have to win a show or at least place in the top 3, depending, to even qualify for the Mr. Olympia. So once again, NPC News Online doing what they do best. But Angel did place in the 10th place in the 212 at the 2019 Mr. Olympia, and he has probably one of the widest, thickest, and best proportioned physiques for the 212 class at this given show. I definitely see him taking the number 1 spot, unless if another competitor challenges him, but we will get to that specific guy coming up here real soon. Now, the next guy we have is Vlad Alfred Chiriac. This is going to be his pro debut in the 212 class. The last time we saw him was at the 2019 Amateur Olympia Spain. And the next competitor we have here is Jamie Do Rego, or Rego. Now, this is a 27-year-old 212 bodybuilder. And the last time we saw him on stage is I'm not actually sure because I can't find his NPC account. Now, since we can't find his NPC profile to check out his most recent shows and placings, we do have a picture on his Instagram from, 2 days ago, and it shows Jamie's, looks like his maybe pro debut or when he won his pro card in the Classic Physique at the Muscle Contest Ireland, and we have another more recent shot. Definitely looks like he's put on a lot of size. Still holding that nice vacuum. It'll definitely be interesting to see what he does and what he brings to the stage this year. Again, another very pretty physique. Not the biggest, but very pretty lines, and I look forward to seeing how Jamie does. And the next competitor is Zoran Kolevski. Now, this guy has one photo on the NPC News Online page from the 2018 IFBB Puerto Rico Pro where he placed 4th, and he looks amazing. Unfortunately, there's only one photo. I don't understand how there can only be one photo. Just blows my mind, but I don't know. I feel like I've ranted enough about the NPC News Online in one video, so we will move on. Now, Zoran is going to be one of my favorites for this show. Has a very pretty physique. I do like him. I don't really like his back double bicep. I wish he'd open that up more. I feel like he leans into it too much and you can't really see what's going on. Also, I think he needs a lot more definition in that back. It looks like it's kind of washed out. But saying that, he is one of my favorites to place in this top 3, maybe top 4 at the 212 Europa Pro, and I definitely wish him the best. He's definitely going to be one of my favorites for this top 4. Another Olympia competitor, Oleh Kryvyi. Wow, not even close. This guy competed at the 2019 Mr. Olympia where he placed 13th. So this is a Olympia placing athlete. He has a very nice physique, very wide, very 212. When you think about a 212 competitor, this is what you think of. Big flaring lats, high inserting lats, but still very nice wide lats, big arms, good sized chest, and a solid set of legs on him to complement the rest of that physique. And for Ollie, he's definitely going to be in that first call out. Maybe if he brings some crazy conditioning, I can see him in the top 4, but I'm really not sure. Not seeing a lot on his Instagram, but really looking forward to seeing him on stage along with the rest of the competitors. And the last competitor that I know of, obviously comment below if you know of other competitors in the 212 class that are going to be competing at this year's 2020 Europa Pro in the 212. Our last competitor on my list is D'Angelo Pasquale. And D'Angelo Pasquale over on the NPC News Online, of course, placed 11th at the 2019 New York Pro in the 212 class. Now, D'Angelo does have a nice physique. Unfortunately, with the New York Pro placings, he definitely did not come in shape. His facial expression really does say it all. Looks very unsure of what he's got going on. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened with his conditioning. But he does have a nice physique. If he can bring in some conditioning, he could definitely be in that first call out, top 6 for sure. But definitely going to be in the running. This could be a dark horse if D'Angelo can bring some solid conditioning to the Europa Pro in the 212. And that'll do it on my part, on my side of this video, guys. I really appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out this video. If you guys have other athletes or other competitors that are going to be competing at the 2020 Europa Pro in the 212 class, comment them below. If you have their Instagram, put that down there as well. I'll definitely do a rebuttal video and highlight those athletes as well as I did with the rest of these guys. And if you guys love bodybuilding and want to see more bodybuilding news update content like this, definitely consider subscribing. I have lots of more content coming out in the future as we are closing in on quite a few big shows in the next 3 weeks. And of course, if you guys want And of course, if you guys want to support me on a personal level, you guys can always go over to goldenarrownutrition.com and you can use my sponsored athlete code SANCH15 at checkout. And that will do it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Sanch, and I'll see you guys in the next one.